Formula One fans all around the globe, thank you for tuning in. You are here in Paddock headquarters. Thanks for watching the show. So we are doing a Monday Chop It Up, just a couple of different topics regarding Formula One after the big Hungarian Grand Prix. Once again, big congratulations to Red Bull. They showed an incredible weekend, and it is an incredible season for them and Max Verstappen. So with that being said, a couple things we are still waiting on from Formula One. And that is any announcements regarding progress on an 11th team, really the FIA and Formula One on that aspect. So remember, those packages have been submitted. It was reported there was more than 5 teams that had, or potential groups or teams that were looking to join the grid and be the 11th team. But we haven't heard any word since then up to this point. So we are still waiting for that. We are also waiting for the Bridgestone Pirelli tire contract. So obviously it was reported that Bridgestone had put in to become the official tire of Formula One. Now, Pirelli, of course, is the supplier of tires and one of the 10 global sponsors in Formula One. It seems like they're safe in their contract, but, you know, with Formula One, you just can never tell with anything, really. So is it possible that Bridgestone could steal this contract away from Pirelli and become the tire of Formula One? Sure, it certainly is. We're still waiting for announcements for that regarding the tire contract. And then Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. No word on a deal between Lewis Hamilton's contract extension. Obviously, it would have been nice to do something at the British Grand Prix in front of Lewis Hamilton's home crowd. He's been driving really well these last couple of weeks, and it looks like there's still some tie-ups regarding his contract. His contract ends in about 6 months. It appears that they'll finally work something out, but that is not a definite either. So we are waiting for word on those 3 fronts: the tire contract, the 11th team on the grid, and Lewis Hamilton's contract extension with Mercedes. Finally, yesterday, I don't think I mentioned in my big post-race show, I was up against the clock, but I did want to congratulate Danny Ricciardo. He did finish 13th, which is, I think, where he qualified. He did outperform his teammate Yuki, who is obviously much more familiar with the car. But for Danny Ricciardo fans, I would just say, you know, Formula One has a way of breaking your heart. So be happy that he did okay, but be cautiously optimistic moving forward. It's almost race by race. And, you know, a lot of his fans already have him in the second seat next to Max, but I'm not there yet. I'm a long way from there. And I still have some respect, despite the incredible bumpy road that Checo has been on. I still have respect for him as a racer. And he did, of course, grab that 3rd spot on the podium. A lot of people don't give him a lot of credit because it's a fast car to begin with, but it was a recovery, right? And he worked his way through. He had the fast car, and he made it back up to the podium where he should belong. So I can't really fault him on that. The only thing was, it seems like he had garnered enough of his fans to check him off as the driver of the day. And a lot of people thought George Russell should have been the driver of the day, coming from 18th back to the 6th position in a car that is not as fast as Red Bull, quite frankly. So I thought Lando would have probably been the driver of the day. He did a great job, made no mistakes, did some good defensive work, and got that 2nd spot on the podium. But I think there's an argument certainly for George Russell or Lando over Checo Perez. But that's not the intent of this podcast. I want to give Checo his props. I think he did a great job. He recovered from what has really been a string of bad qualifying sessions. Ultimately, he started 9th, finished 3rd. I can't knock him for that. So we'll see what he does in Spa at the next race. Thank you for watching. Just a couple mismatched topics to throw at you. All things Formula One every single day. Thanks for watching Paddock Headquarters.